Okay, guys, I'm back at it again today, and I started this big long counter. I gotta finish the end here, but let me tell you, it was a bear. I think mostly because it was long, so long, and I haven't done one so long yet. And it had a big long edge as well as the end. And I haven't had one of those yet either with two sides. So it was a lot of learning. A lot of learning. I'll tell you what, you ever do a long piece like this, use that Windex. My husband told me to. I said, I don't get along with the Windex. Well, I messed up the first piece, had to take it off, then had to remove some of the glue that stuck to the counter before I could start again. Yeah, that was real fun. So don't do what I did. You're better off to Windex, I'm telling you. So I spent 3 hours on this one, and I really thought I could have this cabinet done in 3 hours. Well, it's been really rough because there's little air bubbles that you have to get out everywhere. Because of the Windex as well, it tends to, well, it's so you can slide it around, and boy did that help. And I could get it the right measurement I wanted it and everything. But the air bubbles, I'm hoping that they will kind of go away once it dries, because there's probably still some wet Windex under there as the glue and the Windex are. The Windex is drying, the glue's going to stick, so it's already sticking a lot. I mean, I can't move it now, so, but you can move it around for the first 30 minutes or so with that Windex under there until you can get it where you want. But then you have to kind of squeegee it out, keep rubbing and wiping up the Windex. It's kind of a pain. That's why it took me so long, but it was well worth it, because I could not have done it without it. I don't believe, because of the length of this thing, I couldn't have gotten it straight. Couldn't have kept it the way I wanted it, and I've got this one perfectly straight. So with my measurements, I've kept measuring it along this side. Anyway, you tackle a job like this, I knew it was not going to be easy, and the rest of the counters were not easy either. I had to work on them a lot for 2 days, and now this is my third day working at it. So I guess I'll have 4 days in these countertops. And there's a big one over here that is a mess because I've moved stuff over there from over here. I got to clean all that off. And I'm telling you right now, I am not doing it this week. It's going to wait for a while. So, I've had to stick stuff everywhere to have room, make room to do this. And so now I got all my counters over here that's nice and pretty. Got stuff all over them, waiting to go back over here. Anyway, it'll get there one day. I will tell you something. You see these doors right here? This is what gave me the idea to do the countertops. These doors looked really, really bad, okay? Because towels had been hung on them for years, and water had maybe dripped down the front of them. And so, from the person that lived here before me, and so I wanted to make them not look so bad. We were going to have to get new doors, and I thought, I mean, we're disabled and we're on a budget, and we don't always have the money to do what we want to do. So I covered these doors in the same type of stuff, and I went all the way around. All of the sun keeps hitting me. All of this part around the top edge, if I can stay out of the sun. Top edges too, and down through there. So, actually I didn't. That is the original cabinets right there. And this is what I did with them. The only piece I covered was right under the counter where the water had hit it. So I can get over here and do it. Just that piece in the middle is all I did. And I did the doors. So, yeah, it turned out super good. And that was why we decided that maybe the counters will turn out decent. And they have turned out decent. I'm loving them, actually, if I could see them. But don't worry, this will all go away and I'll be able to see them like this again soon. In the way they're supposed to be. An organized kitchen. Alright, so that's my tips for today is you got to have a lot of patience if you're going to do this. You've got to slowly do it. It is not a fast thing. I mean, 1 or 2, 3 inches at a time, and you rub all the bubbles out as you go, or you have a mess. You have to get the air bubbles out as you go as much as possible. There is a way to get them out by poking a little hole in them, but I didn't want holes all over it. So you're better to work them out as you go, and it takes time to do that and get it smooth if you want a good job. Luckily, I have a lot of patience. Okay, guys, I will let you know when the next, I'll continue this video when I do the next part of this counter. And I'll show you the finished one over here. And I'll show you the kitchen part when I get all of this side cleaned up. I'll show you my new kitchen. Alrighty. That's it for today. Like and share and subscribe if you want to see more, because I'm doing lots of things on here. Gardening and redoing kitchens and redoing bathrooms and painting and telling you what I learned. So if you want to learn with me, just come right along. See y'all later. Bye. So, I have the finished product, you guys. I want you to look. I like it. My husband likes it. It turned out quite prettily. I will tell you that the edges are bare. They were really, really tough. I had bubbles all along the edge. And what happened was I learned it on the other piece right here. I learned to just wait. Don't try to do much. I did poke a tiny hole, like it says, in one place and a tiny hole in another place where there were air bubbles. Tried to push the air out, it wouldn't go. So what happens was, as it cooled down, we're having a lot of heat, okay? And as the house cooled down and it got really cool at night, those air bubbles sucked right out those holes and just tightened right down, and it turned out great. So, you know, I would say be patient. Don't worry about the air bubbles too much. Push them out as much as you can, but just leave them if they're on the edge. If they're in the middle, you got to push them out, you know, during the right time. But and then just wait and let it cool overnight, and then push them out a little bit more the next day, and push them out a little bit more. And so I now have a finished product on this side of the kitchen, and we are very pleased with it. And I have still have the other cabinet to do over here, but I'm not going to do it right now. Okay, that's the end of this part of the project. Thank y'all for watching. Like and subscribe. Bye-bye.